Hello and welcome to Portfolio Matters. And in today's exciting episode, Richard will be taking us through one of his worst trades, global blockchain. Take it away, Richard.
Thank you, Keith. So, my worst trade, global blockchain technologies. So, as you all know from our podcast, I'm quite interested in blockchain and the crypto world, whilst by no means an expert. So I purchased this December 2017. Thereafter, the stock price declined without ever going up. About 7 months later, it did two things. It changed its name to Global Gaming Technologies, and it spun off a company called Metaverse Capital. I looked this up in Stockopedia the other day when I was preparing this, and it has total revenue of 0. And the only thing it has is expenses. I'm not quite sure how they differentiate their operating profit from their net profit, but you can see their net profit is their loss is much larger than their operating loss for whatever reason. And Global Gaming Technologies did this once it declined. Its share price declined all the way down from 12 to 0. And Metaverse Capital did the same thing. So basically, it was a stock that was purchased when it had some value, that declined, changed its name, spun something off, and proceeds to have absolutely no value. So then I looked up the profile in Stockopedia, and I'll read this. Global Gaming Technologies, formerly Global Blockchain Technologies, is a gaming holding company. Well, that's not what I was investing in. The company is engaged in identifying and making strategic investment in digital interactive entertainment companies. It offers its investment services to companies' assets which utilizes technology such as artificial intelligence, voice-activated smart speakers, augmented reality and virtual reality, esports and traditional games platforms. Nowhere in this will you see blockchain. So I have no idea what was going on. I can only assume they called themselves Global Blockchain Technologies in the first place because they were looking for mugs to invest in it, and they found one in me. Why did I buy it? Because I saw it as a tip. What could go wrong? Is there a pattern emerging? If you remember my worst trade was a tip from a newspaper.
Well,
lessons. By all means, read tips, but do your own research before trading it. And also, be quite skeptical, because sometimes people have a reason for tipping things that isn't because they want you to make money.
Absolutely. So can I just ask, Richard, when did you sell it?
I haven't sold it, Keith. I mean, I still hold these things at the value of about £10. I'm waiting.
Yes. Well, I think this is one of the problems that you have as a shareholder. Is generally as the share price declines, its size as a percentage of your portfolio also declines, and your interest in it declines.
Exactly.
So it's quite easy to neglect these things and just forget about them and let them drift off.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the key lessons I think from your trade is you've got to pay attention to these things and cut them. And actually, you've seen that, for example, my trade in Resolution Mining, I think one of the things I now try and do is if it's underperforming, get out.
You cut them, yeah. And had I cut them, I might have been able to cut them when I had when they're worth £500 or whatever, which would have been better than having nothing. And it's as you say, it's a difficult thing to do. It drops off your radar. You think it can't be that bad. To be honest with you, I just got bored with it. I left it alone, and they're just sitting there with nil value. One day they'll be worth $1 billion. They'll become unicorns, Keith.
Well, I think actually one of the things to do is try and look once a month at the portfolio, have a look at what's underperforming, and if there's no reason to hold it, get out of it.
I think that's a very, very good advice, actually. Yeah. Good.
Great. Well, thank you, Richard.
Pleasure, Keith.
My turn next.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you.
So, well, goodbye, everybody. And the takeaway, be very careful with tips.
Very good advice. Very sound advice there, Richard. So I hope you will like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we hope to see you again on Portfolio Matters soon. So goodbye from Richard Wheater.
And goodbye from Keith Jordan. Goodbye.